We got the secret sauce. You're probably wondering why the fuck are you looking at my toe? No, this is not only toes or only feet. This is not only Johnny's. This is the YouTubes, the chatty chats of the training week that was, and what's going on with that, and what's going on in my head when I'm thinking about all the things that are going on. And this week, because I have the opportunity to explore all things within my body and what's broken and what's not and what's going on, so I go and check out the crew at Start Training, my boy Matty over there. We go and have chitty chats and a bit of a treatment every week, fix all the things that are broken, and if there's anything of interest, to bring it up, have a bit of a chat and discuss around it. Now, I've had a bit of a theory for a long time, and that is my left toe is a bit shonky. Doesn't quite do what it's supposed to do. Dodgy bloody toe. It kind of turns in and under, whereas the other one kind of goes kind of straight like it's supposed to. That being said, when I squat, I don't feel good with left toe pressure, so that midfoot is hard to maintain. And if you've ever seen me squat bare knees, my stability sucks. My ability to control my feet is always an issue, and we've probably considered always the drummer to be a little bit more further up than the feet. So, because we're in an exciting part of the training program where we do have the opportunity to explore and check things out, have a look at different things so we can fix things and learn things too, to be honest. You've got an opportunity to hang out with that crew at Start. Matty is bring the problems, have a think and feel what they are and learn some stuff. So I am learning about toes, and my left toe sucks. Give me some very basic, I assume basic, I've never done toe things before, drills to work on it. Banded stuff, 3 exercises, takes about 2 minutes to do. I've talked plenty and plenty about the 1,000 hours of rehab, aka X hours of rehab. The more you do, the faster you get it done. Blah, 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 blah. You don't need to hear me bang on about that again. However, the same theory applies to me. If I really want to explore this toe problem, see if it is a thing, see if it's something to be corrected and worked on and fixed and improved, I need to do it regularly. I'm doing it every day, every night. And guess what? I reckon I might be on to something. First session in, we did the toe stuff, did the stuff, and right as I went to get up, a huge big clunk in my left toe. Almost felt like it went back into place, for lack of a better word. Looking forward to seeing Matty to see what his thoughts and feelings are on that. And then not too long after that, another clunk within my left leg. And again, that kind of felt like some things started aligning like they're supposed to. Left toe still sticks in and pokes in, of course, because I've probably been like that for quite a while. Even if I'm even to think back how long that could look like, I do remember a jiu-jitsu takedown back in fucking too long ago where I got foot swept, felt an audible clunk, and something was off. At the time, got diagnosed as a meniscus tear. Who's to say it wasn't? Probably was. Don't know. However, ever since then, my knees have always been out and not feeling good. And now all of a sudden, working on some toe things, knee feels good this week, for a lot more stable. Some key things that felt great for me when I was pushing down on my squat this week. I could actually feel the ground underneath me. I felt stable. When I was doing some leg extensions as well, which normally flare up, my quad knee doesn't like it. There was no pain when I was moving around. So whatever it is going on with the toe stuff, feeling good, I'm enjoying it. The worst case scenario, who knows, there's nothing on my toe, but I'm learning some cool shit about toes and little therabands, which is exciting. The rest of the week was cool. We've come out of the shifting week, whatever the fuck we want to call it. We're into the new week with the new exercises that we're locked in and decided to do. We're pulling twice a week. We're squatting twice a week. Very exciting. To be honest, it's fucking hard to pull sumo after you deadlift, but we've got the videos. You check them out. They're coming your way. Have a look. Let me know what you think. Thank you. Oh, benchy presses. Well, I ain't going to get stronger at this thing by not moving some actual fucking weight on the barbell. And I am excited to say, whilst that is a little wonky there, the shoulder is starting to play nicer every week. So I do feel that I'm in a position to slowly, without ego, add some kilos to the weight. 1, 2, 0 here. Target here is doubles. We're going to play with the doubles for a little bit. I do like I've said a few times, not overreaching or overdoing the reps on the top sets, so I don't end up hurting myself. I do find with those heavier reps, I do fatigue quite quickly. The shoulder gives out and things start getting a little pear-shaped. So here we go, 1, 2, 0. Good set. Everything's happy, a little wobbly. To be honest, wobbly is something I kind of worked out a little bit later on. The bench was not lined up with the roof and my little brain could not handle what was going on there. But that's right, we fixed it up and got that sorted. 100 kilo, back downs. Keep working some back downs, which is nice. If I'm just going to hit that 2 at the top, I do need to make sure I'm playing in that mid-range. I do feel after the work I've put in the previous block, I have the opportunity to push out the reps a little bitty bit here. Being mindful, again, to always keep that 1, 2 reps in the tank, so I cannot allow myself to go into a shittier position and start having and strengthening that spot. I'm trying to make the bench perfect. So we just need to chill. And one of my favorite shoulder stability bench press opportunities here is the Spotto press. Bonus points if you know who Eric Spotto is, the person who named this thing or it is named after. I love this thing. The whole point of this exercise for me, I'm thinking about staying stable. Just taking that little bit of range out of the barbell as well makes it nicer on the shoulder. And having to stop the bar in a different spot gives it a whole new challenge. Big focus on for me there is not dropping the bar after that internal press call. There is no press call. Still not happy with how the fucking roof looks. Still moving things around. We do need to make sure that's a bit better next week. Okay, what do we got here? A little accessory of the week. I am one sweaty Betty. But what am I showing here? I've got the dumbbell shoulder press. Not exciting, that is for sure. However, the thing I want to lean into and look at, I do feel and think with a dumbbell, the opportunity to cheat the range on your reps is very easy. Just basically, bigger dumbbells means they can get in the way of the shoulders, or even though it's easier just to push through and cheat how far down and up you are going. For me, I like to try and take the opportunity with the dumbbells to get that extra range and move my shoulder through a fuller range of movement. And that is going to make my shoulder feel a lot better and a lot nicer. We've got some rows. Again, just showcasing some accessories we're throwing in there. Not a lot of weight required because I am just thinking about keeping that shoulder back and down. I can report I am starting to feel the upper back feel a lot nicer. Who would have thought I'd do a lot of banded boring shit at the start of my stuff every single time I train, get all the little things that are broken working properly, and now the bigger stuff starts to move properly. That excites me because that says to me, soon, not yet, but I can start loading up these accessories. JM press, or my version of a JM dumbbell press. Just training the triceps a little bit differently. I do like taking the opportunity on the changing training blocks just to change the angle, so to speak. Do it just a little bit differently on what I would have done previously. I think we're using some rope for pull down, so we're just throwing in a dumbbell. I do find with that small JM, that push forward of the elbows just puts that tricep under a little bit more stretch, which feels good. My triceps pulled up, so we've got a nice little pump out of this. We're happy. As you can see, I've got my safety thongs on there today that I like to bench press in. Beautiful. Diggity done. Deadlift day. Let's fucking go. A little bit of time pour here. Also, I want to try and push a few reps, I guess. 240, we're starting the wave again. I'm thinking I'll just chip 10 a week, 250 next week, 260 the week after. One single, one loose AMRAP. It's not really a true AMRAP. You'll see in the next one. I don't fucking kill myself to get there. But I'm essentially just using this first one just to dial in, get acclimated to the weight, see how it feels, give myself a little bit of internal dialogue on what I'm thinking would be the adult amount of reps for the following set. Also being competitive with the weight as well, because I want fucking more reps on that next set. I am getting very happy with my setup here. Shoulders and back are getting into a nice spot. We're not pushing forward as much, still pushing forward a little bit. Boom, put that sucker down, little belt flick of, yeah, okay. I'm thinking 3 will be the right amount to hit here. So let's fucking go. Obviously hitting the 3, mate, getting a little bit more excited, a little bit more amplitude. Bringing the nose music. Crank up a little Bon Jovi. Let's get a little crazy on this one. But for that sort of getting fired up, I'm not overdoing it. I'm just getting after it a little bit. The way you shout out in the left, screaming and shouting. Bang, happy with that first one. That one fucking flew. In the moment, I was probably thinking 5. Started to deteriorate a little bit, started to push forward and fall forward a little bit. Felt this one kind of round out a touch as well. So 3 is where I wanted to leave it. I want to stay within a technical max, not a fucking true max, and kill myself. So 3, I'm happy. But I'll tell you what, if we could triple 260 in a couple of weeks, fuck, that would be good. Technique exercise for the conventionals, pauses. Love pauses. Really get to work on. Oh, Kendra is going off on that push away through the floor. Work on that tension off the ground, for lack of a better word, as well. And there we go. 170. How'd I pick the weight? I was lazy. Didn't want to take that red off. Thought like it would be the right place to be. Turns out it was. We will throw maybe another 10 on here next week, and that will make us quite happy here. To be honest, I am suffering a little bit. Pause conventionals are horrible. Positionally, not disappointed with what I'm looking at here. I'm starting to look down a little bit. That sort of says to me I'm getting tired. Yeah, I was getting tired. I was fucking cooked. So we do need to work on that. For me, when I look down, that pushes me forward. That pulls me out of position. Then I do need to get that eyes forward. That will help set my hips and get my feet evenly pressed into the ground. Let's go. Fastest, heaviest. Yeah, buddy. Fun way to train. Anyone tried this one out yet? What do we work up to here? For me, I'm just trying to absolutely disconnect from the weight, so to speak. My goal is to just put a little bit more on each time and continue to move it with speed and purpose, but at the same time being very adult about what's there. When it slows down, that's all good. I think we got here 105, 125, 145. We squeeze a little bitty bit more. Hey, bro. Jaylee bringing in the thing. This must be 150, sorry. Yeah, we got 150 on here. This moves quite well. I'm happy with how that's moving. Previous week was about 120, 125. There is a skill in returning weight and returning it with purpose. It needs to be practiced. And here shows it. First week, 120. Next week, 150. I'm no stronger. I'm just getting better at returning the weight with a little bit more purpose. And then for the rest of the session, we jump into some RDLs. Yep, lots of fluffing about here. Look at me carrying on like a pork chop. I can report my thummies are a little bit sore. 100 on the RDLs. These things feel good. We're going to keep pushing them, stay more in a hypertrophy stage, let's call it. So we're not trying to crank the load too much. By now, I've done some heavy deads, done some back down deads, done some fastest, heaviest. Now we're just trying to get a little bit of work in, so to speak. Move the hips, film the hamstringies, the hamburgies, do some work. Maybe we'll chuck 10 a week on here. Let's just wait and see how we're feeling. And we got some squatties. Squat change, squat plans, squat changes. Here we go. I am now considering myself at the beginning of the prep for squatting for competition. This means I need to be an adult. We need to take it back. We need to do some sets. We need to do some reps. I ain't going to get that with lots of weight on the bar. 1 rep is not lots. 5 for me is lots. I do want to work on my positional stuff in the warm-up, so I am going to throw in a pause set as a last warm-up, let's call it. So sitting around this 2 red mark might be a nice place. Chip it a little bit each week, but just using this set as to work on the technique of the actual squat. You can almost see me fucking thinking as I'm doing the movement and going around. Here we go, 135 top set. I did 125 for 5s last week, so it makes sense. We'll just chip 10 and move through it. 4 sets of 5 today, which is nice. Declamp that 2-5 as a set, I guess. That gives me 5 sets of squatting, so not unhappy with that. And look at my little leggies, particularly that left one, that left toe. We talked about doing some toe things. I must say, the old squatty felt almost, probably the most stable it's ever been raw. I might be getting ahead of myself. This fucking band might be doing nothing. It's all in my head, but my squat feels good. That means I'm happy. My balls aren't the best. I do need to get my eyes forward. Slow descents. What's the quickest and easiest ways to help improve a technique on something, I think, is to just generally slow down the fucking exercise so you can really think about what you're doing through space and time. Enter the slow descent squatty. Zip. With a bit of purpose to bring it up, let's call it a 3-0-0. So that means 3 second descent, 0 stop, 0 time up. Trying to move it as fast as I can. So as I'm descending down, I'm just thinking about where I am, what I'm doing, think about my foot pressure, think about what my hips are doing, think about what my back, my grip, my eyes are doing. My eyes are fucking failing, still looking at the floor, need to work on that next week. But this is a nice exercise. The second pull day, I've gone with this Sumio. Of course, the competition lift needs to be there. I want to compete with sumo, so it'd be silly not to use that now. I built up that fitness for pulling twice a week because that is relatively new for me at the moment by adding the trap bar in over the previous blocks. So when it was time, I'd be ready. I've gone with the IPF Natty Eleiko bar because historically pulling with the power bar, it really serves my sumo quite well because it forces me to pull perfectly off the floor. One trade-off will be I'm obviously coming in here tired, fatigued from hitting the squat, so I will need to manage the load, so to speak, and be mindful that I don't put myself into shitty positions because my legs are tired. So we'll just manage the load, not have too much ego here. I think we have 150, nice place to start. We feel good, we'll just jump 20 a week. That's 70, that's 90 for 5s. If not, maybe 10 or 15. We'll just see how each week goes, so to speak. Not too disappointed with these. Do need to push out a little bit more. Need to get those legs in a better position. Here's a little side angle for those playing at home. We've got 3 sets of 5 in here. And like we showed a case last week, we then just ran the accessories with plenty of variations. The goblet squats, the body weight lunge walks, lots of different back exercises, which is good. Being this is light and a technical sort of set, you are going to see me slow it down, really think about where I am and what I'm doing, so when it is time, I can actually crank it. Little side view that tells the real story on sumo, see where you're at. And I'm not too disappointed with that. Thanks for watching, crew.